Welcome back to Marketing Champions here on Daily Ad Brief. I'm Howard Walpuff, your host. Again, we're talking about marketing with marketers from around the country. Today, we're in Boca Raton, Florida, with Sharon Patterson of the Into the Blue agency. And Sharon, welcome to our conversation today.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, it is our pleasure. And we're going to jump right in and really ask you how you got started in marketing when you started your career.
Well, it's a funny story. I'm the daughter of working parents, and I would, after school, often act out different commercials, whether it was Bounty paper towels, getting them wet under the water, testing their strength, putting them in the dryer, and showing they would work again, to taking Christmas lights down the hallway and doing fashion shows. So it was basically in my DNA, I think, from that point on. And I majored at Ohio University in marketing, mostly specializing in television and radio, and continued a path on the media side, eventually to segue and move into the agency side of things.
Well, it's always fun to hear someone who has that kind of a spark at a young age, and testing products for companies like that as they're a part of their own experiences, which I'm sure has really been valuable to you as you've tested out different things with your clients as you've moved on over time. So what was the spark that? What was that?
It's been enlightening at times.
Oh, I'm sure it's great learning experience throughout. So what was the spark that got Into the Blue agency started for you?
Well, when I first started my career, I started it on the inside of the media world, working in radio, magazine, and television. And often I was giving a lot of consulting advice to my advertising clientele, as well as organizing festivals and all types of events beyond the scope of my responsibilities. And over and over again, different businesses were suggesting I started an agency and they would hire me. So I did.
Well, having that multiple trade experience really does come valuable when it comes to the different types of hats you wear when you're running an agency and the different skills that you are providing with your clients. What was it that you focused on initially with your clients? What was it that you wanted them to, how you wanted to help them tell their story?
Well, a lot of times I've found business owners are too close to their business, and obviously they feel very positively about it, and they're wondering how they can take it to the next level, or if they're struggling, how they can break that cycle. They're afraid to look honestly at their competitors, as well as there's other businesses that are in similar verticals that are being innovative, or they have created stronger relationships with their customer and potential customer base. So a lot of it is first teaching them how to look at their business objectively and honestly, looking at what their true strengths and areas of growth are, and then creating a path for them to follow.
Which is good that they go to you for that guidance, because yes, they don't always see the positives, they don't always see the negatives within their business, and having someone who's had a lot of experience to help them visualize that and then find the right ways to tell the story is truly important to the success that hopefully your partnership is bringing them. Now, you have
Right.
a real good understanding of how to market these businesses, and things change over the course of time. What kind of changes do you see over the next couple of years that you're going to help your clients implement?
Absolutely. Well, it's been a continuation over a long period of time. Definitely in the early 90s, we saw the landscape of media and how we got information, how we were entertained, and how we connected with brands. We saw that evolution dramatically change in the 90s and continue in the 2000s. With that, the style of marketing changed dramatically as well, and it's a lot more of an entertaining style instead of an informative style. You used to see TV commercials for medical devices that were just informative, where now they are inspiring and almost entertaining. They're showing how it fits within your lifestyle. So what we're finding is we are designing campaigns for people. I don't want to say with ADD, it really, I think that term is overused, but people's attention span is a lot shorter. They're consuming a lot more information in a much shorter period of time. And so you need to get to the point much quicker, have it be entertaining, sometimes humorous. Don't be afraid of humor at all, but certainly be tasteful and know your audience. There is, lighthearted humor, for example, and that's something that becomes very shareable often. And you want to create even more connection than ever before. Even the biggest brands out there are making more personalized connections with their customer base. So not only are they growing their customer base, but they're always creating, a more solid foundation as they continue to grow and expand.
You bring a lot of great information into that answer, and a lot of it is because these companies really have to evolve with the course of time and find the right ways to resonate with an audience. And you definitely have had a great experience in reaching those audiences and the different types of implementations that you have. So it's great that you are a resource for your clients and for more companies to really get their marketing message out. And we appreciate you sharing that with us today. So thank you.
You're very welcome. Yeah, and definitely, marketing should be considered part of an ongoing story. Often, I find that businesses, being that social media can be perceived as a free landscape for advertising. So a lot of brands have turned it into an advertising medium, and that's not what social media is, even when it's advertising versus organic. It's a conversation. It's another path in how people are intermingling and communicating, connecting, and conversing with one another. So, definitely one thing that we learned through COVID is don't be afraid of communication. Often, even when it came to, for example, we work with a number of fitness centers, and there was this fear of going into the gym or boutique studios and so forth. Their numbers actually turned out healthier than many projections would have expected. However, we wanted to initiate a plan. What are we doing to make it a safe environment for our members? And let's communicate that, not in a way that is fearful, but it builds trust, that you do respect your customers and your clients, and you have their health, first in the forefront of everything that you do, and communicate what you're doing to respect the relationship that you have with your customers. So we really try to make sure that whether, obviously you want to stay in a vertical and you really want to maximize how you communicate with your target customer and your existing customer. But, communication is key. Get to the point, inspire, energize, show gratitude and appreciation and engage. But marketing is really an ongoing conversation. It's not a one and done. You got to make sure you have a continuity and you have a plan in place. A lot of these businesses are putting just a lot of mixed messages out there, and it really needs to be part of a plan and an ongoing conversation.
It's very well said. Having that right plan and implementing it the right way and all continuously telling your story is so valuable to what people see in the company and how they're going to want to interact with it. So I appreciate you adding that to the conversation, and thank you again for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me. Have a great day.
And thank you all for joining us as well. Sharon brings some really great insight, especially the way you need to connect with your customers and really have a streamlined storyline that connects within the different ways that you are communicating. Communication is always the key, and you have to make sure that you are doing it properly. That's why hiring someone like Sharon and Into the Blue agency can really help a company. You can learn more here on Daily Ad Brief, but go out, have a great rest of today, and we'll see you next time on Marketing Champions.